Welcome. Today, we're diving into a really big challenge, but one that affects a very specific type of business, the service area business. If you're the one who travels to your customers, you've probably asked yourself, how in the world do I prove to Google that I'm local? Well, this guide is all about solving that exact problem, so you can win that next client. Let's get right into it. So, first things first, let's make sure you're in the right place. Just a simple question. Does your business operate by going out and visiting your customers where they are? If you're a plumber, a landscaper, a mobile cleaner, really any pro who delivers their service on site, then you are going to want to stick around. So let's officially define this. What is a service area business, or an SAB? Well, Google's definition is pretty straightforward. It's a business that goes directly to the customer. But here's the thing. That simple definition creates a massive challenge, doesn't it? How do you show Google you belong in a local search when you don't have a storefront people can walk into? That's the puzzle we're here to solve. To solve it, we need a plan, a blueprint. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to walk through a simple local SEO audit. Don't worry, this isn't about getting lost in a bunch of technical stuff. This is about creating a clear, easy-to-follow plan to get you right in front of more local customers. I want you to think of this audit less like a test you can pass or fail, and more like a treasure map. Seriously, every single item on this checklist is like a big red X on the map, pointing you directly to where your next customer is waiting. We're just going to follow the map to find those hidden opportunities. So where do we start? We start at the absolute heart of your local presence online, your Google Business Profile, or GBP. For a service area business, this is your digital storefront, your billboard, your everything. It is, without a doubt, your most important online asset. So let's give it a proper health check. For this health check, we're going to zero in on 4 critical areas. We're going to look at your business name, your super important categories, your photos and videos, and finally, we'll clear up the confusion around the service areas feature. Now check this out. Here's a tactic that one local SEO expert calls a disturbingly high-impact signal. You can actually supercharge your ranking by including keywords in your business name. So instead of just Acme Brothers, you become Acme Brothers Plumbing Company, Dallas. That simple change can have a huge, almost immediate impact. But, and this is a huge but, you have to be so careful here. You can't just go into your profile and stuff a bunch of keywords in your name. This has to be your real, legitimate, legal business name. We're talking a full rebrand, updating your government papers, your bank info, your logo, everything. If you don't, you're playing with fire and could get your whole profile suspended. Okay, let's talk about what is arguably the single most important ranking factor on your profile, your primary category. I love this quote from Darren Shaw. He says, "You absolutely are failing if you set your primary category to law firm instead of personal injury attorney." The message couldn't be clearer. If you're a personal injury attorney, your category must be personal injury attorney, not the generic law firm. So be as specific as humanly possible. This one is non-negotiable. Now, once you've locked in that perfect, ultra-specific primary category, you're not done. Google gives you all those additional category slots for a reason, so use them. Use every single one to list out all the other services you provide. Think of it as casting a wider net for Google to see everything you do. Moving on to visuals. First rule, ditch the stock photos. Just get rid of them. Google wants to see the real you, and so do your customers. Show them pictures of your team on a job, your branded truck, some cool before and after shots of your work. And you know what's even better? Video. Short little clips of you in action are a total game changer, especially since they now autoplay in the Google Maps app. It makes you impossible to miss. Okay, let's bust a huge myth I see all the time. A lot of business owners think that if they list a bunch of cities in the service area as part of their profile, they'll magically start ranking in those places. The reality, it has absolutely zero impact on your rankings. It's just a feature for human users to see where you travel, not for Google's algorithm. All right, so we've given the profile itself a good look, but your GMBP doesn't just exist on its own. It's powered up by a couple of external things. So now let's look at the 2 big ones, your website and your customer reviews. I absolutely love this analogy. Think of your website as this giant master database of everything about your business. And your Google Business Profile, it's just a little window looking into that database. When you change something on your profile, Google immediately goes and checks your whole website to make sure it all matches up. That connection is so fundamental. What's on your site directly fuels how well your profile performs. And speaking of fuel, check out this data. It's no surprise that proximity, how close you are to the person searching, is the #1 factor. But look what's right behind it: reviews. They make up almost a quarter of the entire ranking signal. That means after your actual location, your reviews are the most powerful tool you have to climb the ranks. But it's not just about how many reviews you have. Here's the real secret weapon. It's about how new your reviews are. You could have a business with 500 reviews that gets a couple of new ones every single week, and they can actually outrank a competitor with 5,000 reviews who hasn't gotten a new one in 6 months. Why? Because that steady flow of fresh reviews tells Google that your business is busy, relevant, and popular right now. So, what does this mean for you? It means you need a system. Don't just send out a mass email once a year begging for reviews. You need to make it part of your process to ask every single customer for a review right after you finish the job. That's how you get that steady stream Google loves. Oh, and a little pro tip: gently encourage them to mention what service you did for them. Those keywords in reviews are like bonus points. Okay, we have covered a lot of ground. We've audited your profile, we've looked at your website, we've talked about reviews. But information is useless without action. So now for the most important part, turning all of this into a simple, straightforward action plan. And here it is. This is your takeaway plan. On the left, you've got the quick wins, stuff you can literally do this week, some of it in just a few minutes. And on the right, you've got the bigger, long-term strategies to focus on this quarter. This is your roadmap. It's that simple. This is how you start getting more customers from Google. And that's a wrap. You've basically done the audit just by watching this. You have the action plan sitting right in front of you. The only thing left to do is to actually do it. So, I'll leave you with one final question. Looking at that list of quick wins, what's the very first step you're going to take?